Combustion.
Whoa, 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 whoa. They're running the game with my team making plays. Talking 80, my G's, one and jewels in this place. Surrounded by dogs, keep the quarterback safe. I'm the one with the plans, they gon' do what I say. The game is not over, we don't celebrate in the end zone. We don't got no time in the wait. H-Town run down, we don't premeditate. We just go and get to it, we got them on skates. If the game go into overtime, kicking the overdrive, we gon' be first at the finish line. Play looking full, but I finish mine. Can I get second? We gon' line up like it's dinner time. We put in work till we get this a ring. Super Bowl season, we running the scene. H-Town the home of the realest that breathe. Keep your face down when you talk to the king.
What up, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of the H-Town Rundown. This is your boy AD, and I got my co-host in the building. We got Clayton in the building. We got Jules in the building. And we got our special guest. We got Derek Blastoff in the building from Real Texans Talk. What up, fellas? How y'all doing on this wonderful Friday evening, Super Bowl Eve, man? I'm calling it early, man. Playoff Eve, Wildcard Eve. How y'all feeling?
Pump for Wildcard weekend, bro.
Hey, listen, man. He took the words right out of my mouth. Need tomorrow to go ahead and be here. That's what we need.
Mm-hmm.
Look, tomorrow.
You mean Sunday, right?
Tomorrow,
you on Monday. You ready for Monday?
Monday.
Listen, I'm
two
ready.
More days. We got 2 more days away.
Listen, I'm ready for all of it. Absolutely, Monday. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Look, man, the Houston Texans are in the playoffs, and it's about to start on Monday night against the Pittsburgh Steelers at 7:00. So y'all be ready and be prepared for all the shenanigans. Shout out.
Prepared. I'm sorry.
But yeah, man, what are y'all thoughts on the game just in general? At hand, or what's going on with the Houston Texans? Just the outlook, and because we're gonna go in depth on potential matchups and breakdowns and everything like that. But just your base outlook of the game. How excited are you for this Texans game on Monday night? I'll start with you, Blastoff.
Man, well, good, man. Thank y'all guys for having me back on to start off with that again, man. I enjoy it every time, bro, and it's a blessing. So, but anyway, just tapping into the game, man. I think that we're going to prove. And first of all, first thing I want to mention is that this is going to be the first time, if I'm correct, that we ain't got to play a wild card weekend game on a Saturday, which Correct. Is good. We can wait and watch everybody else do their thing, and the chips will fall how they fall. Mm-hmm. I'm interested in seeing what the Jacksonville guys do Sunday. That's, my eyes are going to really be on that. But when it comes to us, I'm just excited, man. I think that we are going to, we still got these doubters and these naysayers. I think that we're going to be able to break. We've been doing it all season, break the narratives, break the stigmas. We've been breaking stigmas. We can't win in, Kansas City. We can't win. And we got these games like the Raiders and stuff. We would usually lose those 1 or 2 games to end the season out. The close games, we would lose them. So I just think that these boys are on fire and they ready to go. I think D'Amico got them ready to go. They've been showing it all season. I think we're going to see a game. These boys going to play like they haven't. They're going to play like they heads on fire.
Go ahead, Jules.
Man, I'm ready. I was the biggest. This season's about to be over. The offense can't do anything. I'm eating the most crow because you got to show me what you can do before I can't believe in what you say. You got to show me. So they showed me they're ready, and I'm ready to put to bed that we're not prime time a team. I think with the prime time game, I think we can win. I'm having confidence we can win, and I want to put that narrative to bed, as Blastoff says, killing all these narratives that we can't win on big strays with this, conquering all the narratives, all those doubts and setbacks that we all had. I'm ready to put away that we can't win in prime time or we're not prime time worthy. So I think this is an excellent opportunity for us. I think it's a perfect matchup for this team and this direction of the playoffs for us. I'm ready.
What about you, Clay?
Oh, fellas, look here. I talked to AD early this morning, so he knows how I feel. Listen, one of the worst things that I could have done today was to wake up, go to work, and put on JJ Watt's hype video on X. When I tell you, it's just something about it. The fact that JJ said, at one point we were the Bulls on parade. and it flashed through AJ to fire, the old Texans highlight film. It just, but then like JJ just kept going. He said, "We didn't find this. Houston is forged. It ain't found." Like it just, you know the video if you watched it. So it's like,
and, we'll play it if y'all want to play it. We'll play it.
Listen, I've been rolling all day. Like Jules said, we have been slaying dragons and beating allegations all season long with a busted offense, with a new look O-line, with a quarterback that everybody wants to fail, but with the number one defense in the NFL, right? Monday night is where it all happens. And this is the most confident I feel like I've ever felt, right? And we'll get into all that later. There's a bunch to be said, but, from JJ to the highlights to the records, all the stuff, you see people say, throw the records out. They don't mean nothing. Okay, yeah, you're right. That means 0-3 means nothing, right? That means we are all set. Let's go. D'Amico said it. Anywhere, anytime, anybody, we good to go. That's my mentality. I just need Monday to get here.
So you brought it up, and you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and play the video.
Play it? Okay.
Play it.
Let's go ahead and listen to the video, man.
Our city has something different about it. Something forged, not found. It's in our DNA. It's in every fiber of our being. We were once the Bulls on parade.
This defense, they are the real deal.
But now, Cap's got this team swarming.
How do we want to build a team? I want to build it with players who swarm.
See, we have a special work ethic and a relentless mindset that we never stop believing in.
When you think about a swarm, it's about that brotherhood, that togetherness, where we are powerful as one.
When you show up, you better be willing to do what they're not. Every snap, every breath, every hit.
And it's picked off. The takeaway train starts to roll.
Swarm is how work gets done. It's belief when no one else believes.
Texans run to save their season. Steps up. He's going to run. Touchdown, Texans.
At one point, it seemed like their season was falling apart. He believed the whole time.
This isn't about being heard. It's about becoming impossible to ignore.
These brothers are no joke. This defense is ferocious. They hit, they're rough riders. I mean, they come at you like that. Houston could be dead.
Right here, stopped by Petrie.
So listen up, because records, they don't mean a damn thing anymore.
We let the whole world know who the heck is going. Ground well protected. Collins, wide into the end zone. Collins. Touchdown! What a catch!
No matter what we're up against, no matter how we have to go out and find a way to win games, you guys do that, man.
A swarm is coming, and it's built to hunt, built to finish,
A humongous touchdown to end the regular season.
and built to stop anything in our way. And if you've been here long enough, you know exactly what that means. Inches up, H-Town.
Let's put the pants on. Let's put the pants on.
Texans!
Boy.
I can be a
Hey,
right.
come on now, y'all ain't swarming, man. Texans!
Hey, bro, let me ask you something. Everybody was debating about that name.
Go again, y'all ain't swarming. Texans!
Everybody was debating about that name, but I'm glad they settled on it because I was like, Swarm City makes sense. I mean, that's what they've been rocking with. I've heard all kind of names, but I'm glad they settled on that.
But
They were trying to name that defense.
Oh yeah, but to that end, AD, I've been rolling off that all day.
Yeah, definitely.
I've been trying to be, cordial. I've been trying to just like AD tell you. I've been doing research all day. Been making. Listen, I want this so bad. It's been nothing but Steeler talk and this and that.
Yeah.
This is the most I feel like the Texans need to go out and handle business. Everybody has the same mindset. They're hungry. They want it. They can taste it. They got all the weapons. Throw the 0-3 out. Heck, throw the 12-5 out. This is just football. Line it up and let's buckle your chin strap. Let's go ahead and handle business. I'm like, come on, man. Monday needs to get here.
Solid.
Come on, man.
Hey. Man, look, Jules, what you say? Put the pass on.
Yeah,
It,
I can be right guard. With that speech, I've always been hard on JJ, but right now I'm ready with JJ. I'm with JJ right now.
Listen, Jay just said, "Hey, bro, did you see?" I'm sorry, there's no shots at Denver. Did y'all see Denver try to? They put their video out today too. Akeem Talib. Maybe that's just me. I don't know. But
why would Denver put a video out and they're not playing this weekend?
hey,
Mm-mm.
I'm just saying. I'm an observer. You just notice things. But hey, we'll move past it. You know.
Look, man. Right now, man.
They want to stay relevant. That's all.
Look, I'm ready. I'm ready, man. And we can go right into the matchups.
You're right.
And Jules, I'll start with you. What is one of your key matchups that you really want us to start off and talk about?
Well, mine is going to be the O line, and it's not going to be the tackles. It's going to be center and guard.
Mm-hmm.
That's my key. That's why I'm watching it through the whole game. If we can protect, and I don't know if they're going to put Howard back on the left guard. They're going to put Howard.
They are.
Okay, and Trent Brown starts right tackle. You
Yeah.
can chip, you can block, you can use tackles, you can use tight ends, you can use Blake, whatever you want to protect the edges. If you can protect up front against Haywood and the rest of those guys up front, and CJ gets what he's been doing and progressing, throwing the ball away or getting all final looks, and receivers they beating their coverages and they're getting a little more separation they did weeks ago. This challenge against the Pittsburgh shouldn't be hard at all if you can protect CJ and if you can run the ball as effective as possible. I'm not asking for 100-yard games. I'm not asking for 150-yard games. I'm not saying Woody goes off. I just need the offense line, the running game to be functional to give this team some movement, especially in the red zone. That is my whole key. The whole playoff run for me is interior pass run blocking for this whole team. If they can hold up against this team, I have nobody else to worry about going forward.
Yeah, what you think about that, Blast off?
Well, my look is I want to see how this Texans defense reacts to Aaron Rodgers, and how does Aaron Rodgers, because I heard earlier he came out and spoke and said he's seen this defense, he's practiced against this defense.
A couple times. Yeah.
I seen he say he's practiced with when he was with Salah, and the Jets, and so I think that I want to see how the Texans react, because Aaron has seen it all. He's seen it all. It's not nothing that he hasn't seen, and the blitz he'll pick a blitz apart. I just love our ability to rush forward, and I just want to see how this Texans defense fares against Aaron Rodgers in the secondary and whatever. And DK gets a big receiver like DK Metcalf. I wonder who we're gonna put on DK. Maybe Sting. I'm guessing.
Mm-hmm. And before you go, bro, I just want to comment on the whole Aaron Rodgers and the whole he's seen the Robert Saleh defense before. This defense is not built functionally as Robert Saleh or DeMeco Ryans and the 49ers. This defense is not the same defense he's practiced against the Jets, because when he had against Jets, Sauce Gardner wasn't as good as he is as Stingley has been now. The pass rush ain't been the same. The secondary is not nowhere near what he's had in New York where he was Jets. So that's just blatantly disrespectful and uneducated for him to say that. Now, if he's seen everything in the world as a quarterback in his 17 years, 100%. But for him to say that, he he's nervous, because that's just straight up inaccurate. Go ahead.
Just
brother.
a lie. Just straight up lie.
Straight lie, because it's not. I had trouble trying to figure out how to draft and how to free agency this team based on the Nick Ryans, based on anything else I've seen in the last 6 years under Robert Saleh. And for honest, it's nothing like we have seen before. DeMeco has a whole idea of what he wants, and it's not based on anything he's done before.
Yeah. Now,
go ahead. Brother, I'm sorry.
No, Clayton, go ahead and give your point, and I'm gonna touch on all 3 points, and then I'll give mine.
I got you. I'll keep it brief. Y'all took all the good ones. Listen, the Pittsburgh Steelers, I saw it from Brandon Hallman 51. The Pittsburgh Steelers have one of the worst secondaries they fielded in a good long while. I'm looking forward to testing that secondary out with Higgins, Hutch, Nico, all of our pass catchers. Heck, Woody out of the backfield. Jawar's not playing, but still. Because if Zay Flowers can do what he did, right? And I get it, they're going to make adjustments. But hey, facts are facts. We all saw it, right? Lamar Jackson cooked y'all. So we got about 3 or 4 of those dudes who can do the same exact thing. And I guess as a little cheat, and to stretch the definition a bit of matchups, give me Texans versus the red zone. Simply because the Texans are a red zone offense away from being an elite offense, right?
Tell him, Clay. Tell him, Clay.
That's not far-fetched to say. They are literally a red zone, just competency in the red zone away from being a top 10 offense. Like they finished top 13, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the reason why the Steelers have been able to get away with this pitiful yardage defense is because, they're better in the red zone, right? That's what boosts them up to, top 7 in scoring, right? So Texans versus the red zone. Convert when you have opportunities, make them pay for every mistake. And this should be a comfortable win. But yeah, give me that secondary, give me that red zone, then we're good to go.
Look, if y'all ain't know by now, I love the trenches. I'm all for the trenches, and that's the first 2 points that were made by Blastoff and Jules. I'll start with Jules. Yes, this offensive line has some work to do because I know we look at the name of TJ Watt and we look at Alex Highsmith and we look at what's his name? Damn it.
Who, Haywood?
Yeah, Cameron Haywood.
Yeah.
It's 2 other names that are really damn good as well with Keanu Benton and Derek Harmon, the rookie Derek Harmon. Those guys are playing their ass off as well.
Right.
So we have to really, really be stout on the interior with those 3, Hayward, Benton, and Harmon, because those 3 allow TJ Watt and Alex Highsmith to really just pressure on the edges. So we have to be able, to shore up that interior with Jake Andrews, Titus Howard. That's why it's important that Trent Brown plays, and he is going to play. It's been confirmed he's going to play. He was at practice today, and he was full go, no limited anything. So it's important to have Titus Howard on that interior because you don't want a Jared Patterson going against a Derek Harmon or Keanu Benton.
Right.
That's just a recipe for disaster and for CJ Stroud to get 8 up in the middle. So it is important that Titus Howard is playing at guard this game. So shout out to Trent Brown for coming back from that injury. And then to hit Blastoff's point as far as the defensive side of the football, we have to get pressure with the 4.
Correct.
I don't think first of all, we're not a heavy blitzing team to begin with. And this is a problem that we have to rectify, is that when you play less than stellar tackles, because the Steelers don't have great offensive tackles at all. The offensive line is mediocre so, but their tackles are less than shouldn't be advertised at all. So we need Will Anderson and Daniil Hunter to step their game up.
Feast.
And feast when all other times we've been asking them, when we played the Kansas City Chiefs and they were down tackles, when we played the Buffalo Bills and they were down, well, we dominate that game. But yeah, we dominate that game. But I'm like, all the other games, like
I think Raiders would be a good one. They did
the Raiders, the Cardinals, like those we went kind of silent. Even the Colts, we went silent and we weren't as dominant as we were. I'm not talking about this last game against the Colts. I'm talking about the game in Indy. When you had Daniel Jones hopping on one leg and you couldn't put him out the game, he had to get put out the week after. So, why, Daniil Hunter and freaking Will Anderson Jr. have to eat, and I'm expecting 2 sacks apiece from them in this game. And because Aaron Rodgers is, as much as he wants to move around, he's 42 years old, and he cannot move like he used to move. I think, again, Graffa pointed out of here, Aaron Rodgers, quick short passes outside the numbers. Aaron Rodgers ain't do nothing down the middle. I think he hit one play, the Fernmouth.
Yeah, that was deeper, though.
Yeah, that was,
I said, no, that was like deeper down the seam. It wasn't like really in the intermediate. It was like right down the field. But you got to remember, the Ravens secondary is atrocious. So it's like you can take that with a grain of salt.
But if you go back to the Browns game, and I know he was trying to avoid him personally was trying to avoid Myles Garrett being on the sack record. but you can see him being quick doesn't let the play develop with receivers,
Exactly.
and it killed the whole offense drive, trying not to get sacks, trying not to be part of the situation. Now you have two guys that can get to the ball. He can throw as quick as he wants to, but if the route's not there and not developed, they ain't going nowhere. And we do swarm better than anybody else in the league. My biggest fear, and this is my point too, is they're gonna use a DK Metcalf as a decoy and kill the tight ends. That's all. That's more into the situation.
Well, I was gonna say they did lose Darnell Washington, right? So they
Yeah.
got fire moves, but they lost Darnell. Like that was a low key loss because we have been getting whooped by like Trey McBride and Brock Powers. So we kind of got off with him not being there.
Yeah, look, that part defensively we have to match up. I think Freiermuth is a good tight end. I don't think they have anything really behind him. I mean, they got Jonnu Smith, but Jonnu Smith is, old. He's old and washed up.
Real quick, Eddie. I'm sorry. I just wanted to, before the comments swept it away, Grafa asked a question about how did the Steelers get here. I'm gonna keep it real brief because we in the flow.
No, go ahead.
Listen, the reason why the Steelers are here in an AFC that is full of frauds this year is because they face one of the worst AFC Norths in probably the last 15 to 20 years. Bengals twice with no Joe Burrow, and you split 1-1. Ravens, you swept them, but again, it's like a rock fight. Both y'all kind of bad. And then you had the Browns. They're the Browns, and you split with those two. So that's how the Steelers got here, basically, and feasting on the Jets and other bad teams like that. I got a whole bunch of stats on like them against winning teams, if you want to ask that question. But how they got here, I mean, blame the AFC North, basically. But AD, continue. Go ahead.
I mean, that's what they used to say about us back in the day in the AFC South.
Oh, that's why I said that. So we're going to hold everybody accountable, right?
And, it was proven. It was proven when you came against good talent in AFC South that we didn't have enough challengeable teams to put ourselves in the upper echelon. We failed against the Palmer teams, and I asked for the same thing with the Steelers team. I have zero fear of this Pittsburgh Steelers team. I don't care what anybody says about Aaron Rodgers.
I like that.
The run game. We have shut every running back down and every offense to 10 points less than they scored, and every running back and quarterback has dropped their production damn in half going forward, and that's it. So I have zero fear about anything, and if the Texans pull me wrong, they pull me wrong. But I have no fear about Aaron Rodgers going forward. And like Clayton said, the AFC South was so horrible. The AFC North was so you got in about a missed field goal. Let's not pamper. Let's not give him any other credit by a missed field goal with a 45-35 chip shot that he should have missed. Let's not talk about this. This team can surprise everybody and make a great run because they're not.
Must say you saw Cam Hayward talking about, go ahead and count us out. Like nobody believes in us.
We did. We are.
We know how I feel to be the last place division leaders with no respect, with no real good wins. We've been there. We were there last year, 2 years ago, 10 years ago. We understand it. And when we play against the big boys, we get demolished. So we the big boys this time. And I feel we should demolish the Steelers. I'm 100% disrespectful.
Must say, AD, didn't we literally talked about that? We said if there's any city, Jules, you just said if there's any city that can justifiably not have any sympathy, it's us right here. Because we know what we've been through. We've seen failure. We know what suck looks like. So we can tell you if you're not good or not. And it's this delusion, this Dallas Cowboy level delusion of man, the Steelers are this and 23 consecutive home Monday night games, and we're this and that. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Cool, buddy. We'll see you Monday, but cool. That's fine.
Look, man, Blastoff, you want to add to that? Anything?
Yeah, I just wanted to say, I was looking at a stat earlier, and Aaron Rodgers is one of the QBs that just locks in on his first read most in the league. Other quarterbacks, I was looking at CJ, they lock in on their second, third read, whatever. But that'll be a problem for him if these boys can just do what they need to do and lock down for the initial 3 seconds, because I think Aaron Rodgers is like 2.46 seconds for his release time. I think that if they can just lock down that first receiver and make him do something that he doesn't normally do, which he can do it, he's 20 plus years in the league. I think that'll be very well. So again, man, I don't see. I'm seconding Jules, man. This is one game. I'll be honest with you. I really want to just tell people, because you never know. I really just want to tell people, man, don't be worried about this. These boys didn't come this far and playing this ferocious and run through all of these teams to fold over to a team that barely made their way into the playoffs. And they talking about cold weather and all of this, man. We just went to Kansas City and held Patrick Mahomes to his worst QB rating ever. So, you know, man, we've been making all quarterbacks just look so horrific. And I don't think that we owe them one. Don't forget what they did to us last Halloween. You know, excuse me, not the Steelers per se, but what Aaron Rodgers did to us last Halloween. So, you know, that's why I stand. I'm not worried about it at all, man. I'm with Jules on that, man. You know, I'm telling everybody, don't be worried about it. This team got far to go. Not this.
And
not
real
no
quick
Pittsburgh.
to that point, so we can get off of this. And the only thing that will concern you is if you let the Steelers keep it ugly. Again, Andy and I, we talked about it. If you go back and watch the film, Seahawks, Chargers, Bills, it was all the same things. As long as the Steelers can make it ugly, get you to turn the ball over and make a bad decision, Sam Darnold fading back and throwing it into an opponent's glove, like that kind of stuff. All right, cool. The moment those teams said, okay, we're going to play good football, they dog walk them mercilessly every single time. So listen, just don't let them keep it close. But we know the Texans tend to do that. That's the only knock I have. We tend to do that. We make this closer than they should be. But if you knock them out quarters 1 through 3, forget that. Do the Chargers first quarter again, but this time sustain it a little bit more. You good. You go up 14-0 against these Steelers, I think you good. That's where I'm at with this because of what we know to be true about the Steelers. But AD, you got it. Continue.
No, I mean, it was similar to the Chargers game. You get up multiple scores, and it's hard for them to come back because of the way that they play the game. The Steelers are very, short, quick passing game, and we talked about it. And to your point, Blast off about the 2.4 seconds, that's because there is a lot of screen passes. There is a lot of, quick slants and all of those things, getting the ball out quickly in their offensive scheme for Aaron Rodgers' benefit, because Aaron Rodgers can't sit back in that pocket too long because it's going to be nasty and a disaster. Right. So, again, like the hype video said, we swarm. So those screen passes aren't as effective because I don't think we've gotten beaten really the whole season by just crazy screen passes and all that stuff like that to the running back, to the tight ends, to the wide receivers. That is what the Steelers are going to try to do, is get the ball in Warren's hands quickly, get it in Gainwell's hand quickly, get it in DK Metcalf's hand quickly, and so those type of things, don't really worry me at all. I'm at the end of the day, if only thing that worries me about this game is the Houston Texans.
Right.
That's it. The Steelers don't concern me not one bit. It's just the point that they don't have anything to offer. It's almost, and I was gonna do a bad analogy. I'm not gonna do that because it's a Good Friday. I'm not trying to do 2026. I was about to do something real out of pocket. But I look at it now is that, to be honest, I know that the defense is gonna come to play. I know that the Texans are gonna hold the Steelers to 2 scores or less. I know that, D'Amico Ryans is gonna have them boys ready. My concern is, can CJ Stroud limit mistakes?
Correct.
Can CJ Stroud, who is the key to this game, can CJ Stroud not throw interceptions? Can CJ Stroud, be effective in the passing game and not get antsy and trying to make the big play? I think he talked about it in his press conference the last 2 weeks, how he's, kind of learning on the fly and learning not to just rely solely on those big plays, and he's been able to check down to a Dalton Schultz, check down to a Woody Marks, check down, to Nick Chubb, whoever's in those short outlets. Let that happen, and the offense will roll. And again, we've always been a move the chain offense. We've been a move the chain offense this whole season, 20-20. And again, Clayton, you brought it up. The red zone has been biting us in the ass, and it's been, the Achilles heel of this offense, because we've been able to move the chains. Even though it may be ugly sometimes, we've still been able to move the ball, move the chains down the field, but from 20-20. That hasn't been a concern. Is when we get in the red zone, can we capitalize? And I think we're starting to figure it out slowly but surely. And even in those critical moments, if you look at it, we scored in the red zone. Let's go back to the Kansas City game. What happened in that critical moment? CJ Stroud found on a blitz. He was blitzed, and he found Woody Marks, right? End zone touchdown in the red zone. And you go back, huh?
I said, weren't we 2 for 2? I think in the red zone.
Yeah. And so you go again, and you go to the Chargers game. Don't we score? Well, no, we kick field goals.
No, we avoided that game, but technically we never touched the red zone, so it didn't really count against us. You talking about Raiders and Raiders and Colts? That's where we
Raiders game. You go in that game when we score in the red zone to go up, to take the lead in that game. So after we were down with 14-13.
And like that team has Max Crosby, and we held him in check for most of the game.
Exactly.
And the only thing another thing about the offense, if we just have a dumb penalties, having guys down the field for no reason.
Listen, Jules, I hope. I'm sorry, I was about to answer your point, Jules. I hope nobody plays a drinking game this Monday. Drink every time you hear illegal formation or illegal shift or something like that, or illegal man downfield.
Right.
Don't do that to yourself.
That's it, man. I mean, because it was a beautiful pass by CJ at one point, and got wiped out because Ed Ingram was 10 yards downfield for no reason.
Right.
It wasn't a broken play. It wasn't an RPO. It wasn't a play action fake. It was nothing. It was a straight pass play, and he drifted 4 or 5 yards past line of scrimmage for no reason. That's just not player wellness and awareness, and that's what we need. We need to have these guys understand. And I'm pretty sure that D'Amico, who's been in playoffs before with the 49ers with us, he knows the understanding of it. This is a whole different ball game. You have all the eyes. They have nothing. They have even extra reps in playoff games to ref these situations. So you have to be on your concentration on your game. So they have to just play smart. If they play smart, this team is easily beaten. We beat ourselves, like as they say. We beat ourselves before Pittsburgh Steelers beat us.
Yeah, look. And Freeman said we learned from that. I hope to God we have learned from it. But again, those pre-snap penalties. If we have a tush push, can we avoid being offensively offsides? Can we avoid the illegal motion? Can we avoid false starts? Can we avoid illegal formations? Can we avoid all of those pre-snap penalties? And the play you brought up, illegal man downfield. Can we avoid those kind of boneheaded penalties that always seem to set the offense back? Because honestly, we haven't gotten that many holding penalties. It's been mostly pre-snap, illegal man, huh?
No, it's all operational.
Exactly. So we have to be very, very cognizant and mindful in that aspect of the game. I don't think we really get penalized defensively at all, hardly ever. I think if somebody had a stat, what's that team? I need somebody to pull that stat, how many defensive penalties we've had the whole season. I think it's
like
probably
20 something,
which is very impressive considering how physical they play. Like,
exactly.
That's very impressive.
Exactly. So even if at blast off, even if it's 20 something, you're talking about maybe one defensive penalty, 1.5 or 1.25 defensive penalties a game.
Right.
So that's really nothing. And that could just been offsides or something, or that could have been
That's literally what it is.
holding,
Yeah, it's offsides.
Yeah.
But listen, you'll take it. If it's Will Anderson, you'll take it. Because 9 times out of 10, he about to light up your quarterback. So that one is okay. It's okay.
Yeah. Look.
And go ahead.
Go ahead. No, go ahead, Jules. Go ahead.
And then if you think about the defense, and this is what this really is about, the defense and led this team to what we are now. If you let about the lapse in his defense, it's been mostly with running quarterbacks, mobile quarterbacks that can break free. Ain't nobody worried about Aaron Rodgers running 25 yards against us. So that's already eliminate that. And when's the last time a pure pocket passer has beaten his team? Sam Darnold from week 3.
No, well, that was week 9, but yeah,
week 9. That was the last time we got to show that this defense has gotten better, and other than the D tackles gotten healthier and better clip situation. Once again, I'm not fearing an Aaron Rodgers led offense against his defense.
No.
Let me correct that. That's 50, man. They got 50 penalties. But
50
defense.
Defense?
Yeah.
Where they ranked among the teams?
I think that's what I'm tripping. I think they ranked like 20 something. That's what I think.
What's the bottom of the league, though?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's towards the bottom of the league.
But they say that. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry, fella. Go ahead.
No, I mean, it's still less than 3 penalties, defensive penalties a game. Mm-hmm. So that's still damn good. As far as that, again, you're talking about one could be a defensive holding, one can be an offsides. Something like that.
Illegal touching.
Yeah, illegal.
Which is marginal, if you want to call it. Not call it
hands to the face. Face.
Yeah, you can call that play, and then of course personal fouls. I mean, you can call illegal touching every play on offense going deep. Because it's at 5 yards, and is he just beyond the 5 yards? Kind of called now. So those kind of
about incidental contact, not instant. It's not illegal touching. What is it called?
Legal contact, pass 5
legal
yards.
contact. There you go.
Yeah. So I mean, those kind of things are just marginal on discretion. The referee call it, not calling it. It's like that, but nothing that's been detrimental to this defense too often to allow drives to extend. Besides their own ability.
Yeah. But now to y'all's point, though, I know we're focusing on defense, but the importance of playing clean football. Total 9th most penalties this season at 118. Total.
Yeah.
So even without
offensive. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Even without the defense, like we're a top 10 most penalized team. So that has to be something that they clean up. And it's bad. Like again, the numbers supported. The Texans have been one of the most penalized teams. I've stated it since D'Amico's been here. Not saying there's a direct correlation, but still, they have been one of the most penalized teams in the last 5 years. Like, and if we could just conquer that for just a game or two, then we'd be fine. Like, just a game with 3 penalties at most would be beautiful.
Right. And for the first 2 years of D'Amico being here, it was mostly defensive, being what D'Amico wants: swarm, aggressive. Al Shearer was penalized probably more than anybody last year. That whole we were a dirt defense. We got a lot of flags those first 2 years. Now this year it's calmed down a little more. They're not getting as many those penalty flags like that. And the offense is the ones that trying to get an edge, trying to figure things out, trying to not be the reason why this team is not going anywhere. So they're doing too much to overcome them not being as talented as a group that's going to and trying to learn or fly what the coaches want and what CJ needs to be good. They're tired of being overshadowed. They're doing too much.
Yeah. I do want to pivot a little bit because we're talking about, since we're talking about coaching and how the Texans need to be more prepared. What are y'all thoughts on Nick Caley in this situation against the Steelers defense? Because I know we talked about CJ Stroud not making mistakes, but as far as play calling and execution base, what are y'all thoughts about Nick Caley and how he should be going into this game? Or do you think he's going to be prepared enough to handle what the Steelers bring defensively?
Can I go first?
Yeah, go ahead.
My first question is who is the defensive coordinator for the Steelers?
Tom.
Does anybody know? And that's my point. I have Nick Caley. All they got to do is be simple. That's it. I'm not fearing a Mike Tomlin led team because he's a great coach. He's not a great
Terrell
defensive
Austin, that's
coach.
his name, Terrell Austin.
So I'm not fearing anything besides what Aaron Rodgers is trying to do. The Aaron Rodgers, it's the Aaron Rodgers show. If he's not on it, they don't go anywhere. If the defense doing their job, I'm not worried about anything Nick Kelly can do. All I gotta do is do something simple. I'm not worried about anything on defense side of the ball from the Steelers. They don't scare me anything at all. So all he gotta do is be simple. It's really what CJ is really on CJ more than anybody else. Nick Kelly can make the calls. CJ got some responsibility to changing plays around and audible is really on CJ because this defense you should not fear this defense at all. On Nick Kelly or CJ Stroud. It's what they want to do. This is what the Texans should do going forward. This is a team that's not on the same level offensively and defensively that you should control the situation.
Yeah, what about you, Blasto?
Well, I just think that Mike Tomlin, I mean, CJ's still young, and one of the things that, I think that, I mean, he's third year, but I think Mike Tomlin is going to try to just disguise his blitzes. He's going to try to disguise his coverage. He'll show blitz and drop back. I think that we're going to have to win with do quick passes and things like that because he's going to try to confuse. And I want to see more of Woody Marks in the passing game, in the flats and things like that. Jawar Jordan, I think, could get open and get open in the flats and things like that if he's called upon. I just expect disguised coverages, shells to I just think that he's going to try to confuse Nick Caley. And he's going to rotate safeties. I think Jalen Ramsey, they moved him to safety. And
we might move to the bench at this point. You might be a secondary coach at this point.
Yeah, well, the case is, I just think that he gonna try to just confuse with blitz. He don't. I mean, T.J. Watt and Hayward and them guys, and Highsmith, I think that the tackles are gonna have to be on islands with T.J. Watt, and you ain't because you got the defensive tackles, you got. These guys are pretty tight. So you're going to have to worry about this. You ain't going to be able to double team guys. I think that we're going to see Ursery and, as you say, Trent Brown back. So these guys are going to have to, do their job. I think one thing, the Texans offensive line is surprisingly 10th, if I'm not mistaken, in pass protection this season. It surprisingly moved from 28th last year. If I'm not bottom of the league pass protection to like 10th, finishing the season at like 10th. And right. So if they can hold up, because when we last played the Steelers, who was on him? They did a damn good job on T.J. Watt.
Titus Howard.
Was it Titus? Then when we played him, yeah, he did a damn good job. So I know that T.J. coming off that collapsed lung, I can't believe he, still, was able to go against the Ravens. So, he was coming around, but he wasn't a TJ Watt. You're gonna need hell and high water. You can't come injured against these guys and not be able to give your best. So we'll see. I think that, like I say, he's gonna try to disguise coverage and just try to confuse CJ stunts. Them DTs gonna try to do stunts and things like that. So we'll see.
So Clay, let me ask you a question. We keep saying the same 4 or 5 names: Watt, Harmon, Benton, Highsmith, everybody. Besides the D line of Steelers, are you feared anyone past that? The back 7.
Do I fear anybody? No.
Or we as the Texans should have any concerns after the D line, the linebacker secondary? You have any fear for them?
I mean, they got Mr. Queen and Peyton Wilson.
Look, I respect them as you respect any opponent, but am I afraid of them? No. I'll just watch y'all get barbecued in week 18 by Isaiah Likely and Lamar Jackson, making him look like Peyton Manning. No disrespect, but y'all got barbecued, flambéed, roasted, skewered, any name you want to go. I will respect any opponent, but I'm not going to lie to myself about what I just saw. And we got 2 6'4" monsters. We got Jalen Noel, if you use them. You got Christian Kirk. You got Dalton Schultz. I forgot who said it, but Dalton Schultz probably could eat. You got Woody Marks, Jawar, if he was healthy, he'd be playing. And then you got CJ maybe using his legs. I'm not. Besides the D line, the D line is really my only concern is them getting up at the line of scrimmage, batting down balls, making it ugly, hurting CJ, bringing pressure, creating bad passing lanes, that kind of stuff. Outside of them, no, not at all.
You fellas mind if I say one thing, fellas? I think that the Steelers, though, man, they kind of in like a desperate mode because this could possibly be Mike Tomlin's last hurrah and Aaron Rodgers' last hurrah. Both of them. Tomlin has not won a playoff game in how many years? Is it over 6 years?
9. I think it's 9 years.
9 years. So, and I think that he loses this game, they may go ahead and do like the Ravens did with Harbaugh and go ahead and make a change. So we can put that narrative out there against him as well. I mean, it would be ironic, right, that he beat the Ravens and got Harbaugh fired, and then we get him fired or get him let go or whatever the case, or they decide to walk this. So I think they're going to have their team is aware of that, and I don't think they're going to get caught slipping in those ways because you can't ignore in victory what you would in defeat. So I think that they're going to try to focus on, those shortcomings with how they got cooked by Zay and whatnot, last game. So Mike Thomas is a Hall of Fame coach. I said it last week or the other day. So I don't think that he's going to they know what we're going to try to go after. So I think we need to be on top of like, hey, I know he's going to know what we know. We know we're going to try to attack him in these ways. So
yeah,
I think Shador cooked that team a couple of times. I mean, a couple plays. So they were fighting for playoffs. They were fighting to lock up.
That was supposed to be that game on Sunday night was supposed to mean nothing.
Right. I've seen Shador cook them on simple plays. That secondary, the linebackers, and I'm a big Patrick Queen guy, but he's not as good as he was in previous years. He's not surrounded by the talent he was in Baltimore Ravens where he was. Yeah. He's been exposed more going forward. If Nick Caley and CJ can play a clean game and keep the sticks moving and we don't penalize ourselves, other than D-line, I don't see that. As Takeoff said, Blast, I'm going to say, we could send Aaron Rodgers on where he ain't got to worry about going to void and trying to see what he wants. He going to say, man, I don't want to see the Texans anymore. I don't want to see the Broncos. I don't want to see. I can't take this, and that's my point. One of the things why he has a quick release because he don't want to get hit. He's always had a quick release, but now he's at 42. It's even quicker because he don't want to get hit.
Ain't that how Brady played in his later years?
Yep.
I mean, that's how Brady played his whole.
I was just about to say Brady been doing that, but I mean, look, bad things happen when Rodgers gets hit, but
and we're gonna keep hitting him.
Yeah, but now AD. So to your question about offensive concern, I think for me, there are two games that make me encouraged, but also concerned about the offensive direction. That's the Bills game, really three: the Bills game, the Jaguars game, and Chargers. Right? Those were the times where I felt like, okay, Caley actually can cook a little bit. Like he knows, like he can dominate in like the first half or the first quarter or like on the scriptures or whatever the case may be with Davis Mills, with CJ Stroud, whether it's quick strike offense, we saw that you put up 14 nothing with 6 minutes off the clock against the Chargers, right? You did that. You beat the Jacksonville Jaguars with Davis Mills and you beat the Bills with Davis Mills, right? My concern with Caley, you got to keep your foot on the gas, right? In those games, that's why I'm encouraged but concerned. Because I don't need you getting overly conservative when you should be trying to keep your foot on the gas. On the gas. Keep your foot on the gas. And look, I'm a big believer in this, right? I don't run up the score to be disrespectful. I run up the score because I know that things happen, right? That you blow leads. So in my mentality, because I respect the game and I respect you as my opponent and I know that what you could do, I'm going to run up 50 just to make sure you don't come back. That's how much I respect the game and I respect you as an opponent. I don't do it disrespectfully. No, I'm going to call off the dogs if I for sure know that you're done. Oh, but until that point, I am going to come after you every chance I get. So I'm encouraged by what Caley did. he just needs to extend it out by another quarter or two. Not recklessly, but go ahead and stretch that out, stretch the playbook out. Don't shell up and start run, pass yet. No, don't do that. But keep coming after them until you know for sure the game is in tow. Then do your thing. But I'm encouraged because he's shown what he can do. He's shown that he has a bag. He's shown that he can toss to the outside, go up the middle. He's shown a willingness to adjust to the defense. That's what we want. And he's shown the fact that he's willing to throw it downfield and test the secondary. He's done all that stuff. Now, keep doing it.
Clay, I only got one thing, and that's the only probably negative I'm gonna say all podcasts. The whole 50. Is it on him about being conservative, or is it a coaching philosophy by D'Amico Ryans of being conservative and playing ball control when you have a lead?
So, and see, that's such a tricky.
That's my biggest question.
It's such a tricky question because, bro, D'Amico it's so hard because there are certain games where, like the Broncos game, for example, right? They got overly aggressive, and instead of playing for overtime, they wanted to pass for Davis from the 10 with no reps for the beat. But on other times, though, again, it's run, pass. So it almost feels like it kind of depends on the situation. So you know what it is? I think it's somewhere in the middle where they'll try something, but as soon as it doesn't work, they overcorrect and they get hyper conservative. So I think it's like that, where even if a mistake or two happens, you can't like cut off what you were doing if it was working. Like the Steelers are going to make plays. That's going to happen. But don't overcorrect and neuter your offense when they just go. Right? Like keep doing the same thing. Learn from it. But no, you keep going at them because you're going to make more plays than they're going to make plays. Don't get scared because TJ Watt gets hand on the ball and something happens. Okay, so what?
Yeah. Look. You talking about ball control offense, Jules? That to me, that's the script of every head coach in the NFL.
You said it before.
I said it before, and I'm gonna say it again. The Texans do it. Most teams, if not all teams, want to control the ball. They want to win the time of possession. I think that's the key of every coach in the NFL is that they want to win time of possession. So ball control offense is just a key that everybody wants to do, regardless of if that's a D'Amico Ryans philosophy. That's every offensive mind, every defensive mind. That's any coach in the NFL wants to win the time of possession. One thing that we haven't talked about is can we run the ball effectively?
Yeah, that's my biggest thing right there.
Yeah,
can we run the ball effectively with Woody Marks? Woody Marks has done well. Closing the game, blast off. We talked about it. And can Woody Marks not only close the game, but can he run the ball effectively during the game? Does this kind of, with the Jawar Jordan injury, does this kind of spur outside of Woody Marks? Do we see more of the Nick Chubb in this type of weather?
Is he healthy?
I'd rather British Brooks. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah, I mean, I was bringing up British Brooks as well, who we saw play really, really well against the Colts. Do they pull the trigger to kind of spell Woody Marks and leave Woody Marks to where he's best suited in that short passing game, in the screen game, in the outlet game? Yes, he's effective, but when we get down in the red zone, do we see a Nick Chubb or British Brooks come in the game and kind of cap it off?
I don't think it's a running back issue. I think it's the O-line issue.
I think, okay, to that point, Jules, if you know it's an O-line issue, okay, get creative. CJ Stroud has legs too. Sprinkle in a couple of zone reads also, right? Something just to put something different out there on tape. You haven't done it all season. This man has one rushing touchdown all year, and that was an accident. So it's like, you don't have it on tape. So you have the advantage of, and I'm talking about Peyton Manning versus Dallas Cowboys, play action fake, get in the end zone, do something unexpected. He can do it. We don't have it on tape.
But on that one, that's a special case because we know Peyton Manning don't never run, and they just sold out for the run game. There's coaches that understand that CJ can run. He chooses not to. He do have a little bit of wheels, That would never be the play you talking about. Would never happen with CJ. They're not going to collapse so much on the defensive side that they lead him, the slowest white man quarterback of all time, to run 6 yards and took him an hour to get there. That situation. But I understand your concept, and I agree that it should be a play for him to run outside because he is somewhat quicker on the ball. So I like your idea of being creative and make them misdirection or using their aggressiveness like teams do against us. When you have two aggressive ends, sometimes you can cut in and have an open spot and open lane because they pushing in so hard that you can have open lanes.
And that's really all I'm saying. Like, a part of why the Texans were bad in the red zone is because they didn't know that they could toss the ball to the outside until week 10. Right?
What you mean they didn't know?
Bro, listen. They act like they could not understand the concept of running to the edges until week 10. Like, I'm sorry. That's what I mean when I say, like, the advantage of the Texans right now is you waited so long to put stuff on tape that you have that advantage of the teams don't know what the heck you about to do. And that's what I said. I don't want it to be an excuse of the O-line this week. Okay, well, if you know that, do something about it. That's the whole point. Like, don't run up the middle 4 times. Okay, do something else to move the ball 5 yards. Like, I'm pretty sure you can crack something, whether it's CJ on his own read or toss it outside or something like that. But there are so many ways to be creative in a small space that they just haven't done. They've gotten better as of late, but but do more. And I'm holding out hope that maybe they've held on to something in their back pocket that's not on tape yet that they could spring on the Steelers. That's assuming they let it get there. I would rather them just avoid the red zone altogether. But, you're going to get there.
Can I make a bad joke? There might be a New England situation. They know how to use speedy backs on off tackles because Bill O'Brien had the same problem with Lamar Miller.
But you know what, man? I want to say, I think another reason why we can blame Kaylee for not being creative or whatever, but I think, I'm gonna be honest, this might rub people the wrong way. But if you can look and have logic, you can see. I think that CJ Stroud, I think in that Chargers game, he threw 2. They was up 14. I think they were 14 at the time, but he threw 2 interceptions in the second quarter. So I think they did have to press the brakes on just trying to get too wild with the aggression. So he has to play smart as well. If you're gonna play aggressive, you can't do things like that. So that'll get, because they remember they started running the ball and moving the ball on the ground after that, and the game did slow down because I think that they were just trying to protect the lead. And with CJ throwing 2 interceptions against the Chargers like that, after they were trying to go aggressive, I think they were trying to go aggressive, but I just think that CJ, I think that he kind of backed off of that because you don't want him to, protect that lead. Just protect that lead.
He was trying to throw it away. He was.
Yeah.
Look, you can be. First of all, you need to be aggressive early.
Yeah.
You have to be aggressive early, and like Clayton said, if you're gonna be aggressive early, be aggressive the whole game. Be aggressive the whole game. Don't have those lulls, and don't sit back on your hands when you got a comfortable lead or whatever. Go ahead and go crazy and put up 30, 40 points just to make a ultimate statement at this point. I think that, and I'm going to Graffa's point. I don't know. He's saying he can be creative. I think he's holding back. I don't know if we don't know what Kaylee is or what he does, what he has. I think that's still a work in progress. There's still a learning process for everybody. But you have to, again, be aggressive. You have to run the ball effectively offensively, and you have to stay. Larry talking about Oregon. Brother, we knew what the result was going to be. I don't even know.
Shout out, Larry.
Hold on. What is Kaylee? Hold on, Jules. What is Kaylee, Larry? What is Kaylee? Go ahead.
And that was my statement. Everybody say, "Oh, Kaylee's holding back," or Kay don't know what Kaylee does or knows until the whole season.
I think that's an advantage, though.
It is,
but I think that's an advantage that they don't got to bead on Kaylee.
But it's also a disadvantage when you never been in a situation to adjust.
True that.
To make adjustments is because you've never been in that position before. You don't know how to adjust. You've been somebody been holding your hand for 3-4 years because you had one of the most creative offensive minded and the coaching for the Rams for a couple years. You had Tom Brady to orchestrate defense and Josh McDaniels to show you how to do it, but you have never been in that seat to do it. So I disagree with anybody who says Caley's holding back, because Caley don't know what he has or you know how what he's doing until he's proven and reviewed after the offseason. Say, okay, this is my mistakes. This worked for me. Let me adjust going forward. So I disagree with anybody that says he's holding back because he don't know.
Say what you want though. Kaylee got us 12-5 against what we had last 2 years, and we
there you go.
He got first run on first down. Bobby, everybody knew you were gonna run on first down, no matter you told yourself. So I think that he did what Bobby didn't do, which has got us 12 wins.
Right.
A part of what got us 12 wins.
And Bobby had a better old line. Was his first season. People don't talk about that.
Yeah. So Larry said Kelly is Kelly is a first-year OC who's been learning on the job, has held his offense back with a lack of aggressive play calling after big plays, and he's lacked creativity with lack of screens and end arounds, and not using his young wide receivers early. Again,
he's a tight end coach. What do you know about end rounds?
Yeah, end arounds ain't the
No, Jules. Look, I respect you. You know ball, but no, heck no. When you come from a Super Bowl winning organization in the modern NFL and you learn with Sean McVay, you have a responsibility to at least come over here with some type of, if not just creativity, some type of feel for the flow of the game. And I think that's maybe Donald Trump fans. I think that's like the biggest thing that I'm bothered by. It's not as much creativity, it's flow of the game. Like down, distance, possessions, like start, stop. Kaylee's problem is too much sputtering and too much of just like, it literally looks like he's just like calling, like he don't know, like not saying what he's doing, but he's just calling stuff, right? And he's gotten better with that. But that's my thing. It's just flow of the game. If you know flow of the game, you can beat a lot of defenses. But if you're guessing on offense, then you don't maximize anything. So that's where I had a problem with Kaylee.
Hey, you know what? Me and you will have this conversation after the season when it's all said and done, and we could tackle this Kaylee situation more in depth, because I have a strong point of view about what Kaylee is and who Kaylee was and how Kaylee got the job in the first place and if he was qualified for it. But this ain't the forum for that. We're talking about that later on. So we're gonna keep this positive and say keep on the Pittsburgh Steelers. And Larry, don't at me, Larry. Don't ever at me. You know how I feel about you.
But we talked about it and we broken down everything. Let's go ahead and get into these other playoff matchups, and then we'll end the show giving up our score prediction for the Texans. So let me pull up the schedule. Clayton, anybody got the schedule up? I should have been prepared about that. My bad, y'all.
I got you.
It's the Rams versus
Panthers, 3:30.
Panthers first on Saturday.
In Carolina? Ooh, in Carolina?
Oh, yeah, because they backed into the season too, just like the Pittsburgh Steelers. And you don't hear their fan base worrying about them. Oh, the Rams can't beat Carolina, and they backing off the playoffs too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So who y'all got on that game? The Panthers and the Rams.
I think the Panthers make it closer than expected, but Rams pull it out.
I think that the Rams. I mean, but I just want to say, hey, good kudos, shout out to Bryce Young, man. Shout out to him, man. Shout out to him. Got his team into the playoffs. Year 3.
And on what he says, kudos for not being let go, Bryce Young, because you about to be out the door like the rest of these coaches was on Black Monday.
Mm-hmm.
But y'all not ready for the Rams. I think the Rams getting through some injuries. They trying to get back on point. They got a point to prove because they should have been the number 1 seed and they lost it on some good plays and bad plays here and there. Some good teams they had to play. They lost it because they had to play some real good teams, Seattle and 49ers, the last couple games, and they had to play these weak NFC South teams. But they should beat these boys by 20.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be. They should beat them by 20. I think it's gonna be closer than expected. I think it'll be a 1-score win by the Rams. Carolina's defense is legit.
Yes, against NFC soft teams. You're right.
Mm-hmm. But look, I think Carolina. Well, the reason why I say they're legit, they are very, very turnover prone. They do well turning over the ball defensively and getting takeaways. So
Yeah, it's
uh,
easy against Baker. It's easy against Kirk Cousins and Mike Penix when they want to play them. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. The New Orleans Saints. That's the 14 thing that he played towards the end. So they ain't playing no good quarterbacks in the last 7-8 season games. So I think the Rams win by 20 points.
Dang.
Damn.
what's up, Bab?
That's gone.
Yeah. I don't think it's gonna be that. I think it's gonna be a one-score game, man. The next game we got is on Saturday night. You got Green Bay and Chicago, the good old NFC North rivalry. Who do y'all have winning that game?
I got the Bears actually.
Oof.
I got the
That's
Bears.
nice.
Yep, I got the Bears, man. Aaron Rodgers, his real estate license just ran out. I don't trust Jordan Love. I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't trust Caleb Williams either. I just think that Ben Johnson's gonna find a way, and that defense is gonna get one too many turnovers, and that's it.
What you got,
Yeah.
Blast Off?
I just like what Caleb Williams is doing out there, and I like, like you say, Ben Johnson, man. Since he came over from Detroit, man, I think that he can scheme up, But I think they won that last game. They won against the Packers in the last second, huh?
Yeah.
But I think that they can do it again. I think they can. I'm going with the Bears.
Plus, Luther Burden is disgusting.
Yes, Luther Burden, and
I wanted him so bad. I like Jaden Higgins, but I wanted Burden so bad.
Yeah. He was just a troublemaker, I guess.
Yeah,
Clay, don't get AD started on his love for Luton Burton III. Let's don't get him started. So I'm gonna go and say this. This is probably my toughest game to predict because I don't trust any of the teams.
Nope.
Either teams. I don't trust either one. I think Caleb Williams and the Bears. It's a good story. He's getting better. He's gotten better. He's on the projecting to be what they thought he was going to be as a generational talent. Which I know I don't really agree with that term, but I think it's going on. You know how I feel about Ben Johnson. I think it's just
that's just little Ben Johnson, dog.
Yeah, so you know how I feel about Ben Johnson.
Yeah.
But I still don't know because, like I said, it's a different beast in the playoffs, and they don't look as clean as they could be and they should be. But also, you can't trust Jordan Love and the Green Bay Packers because they always need to let you down when they should be winning. So to me, it's hard to game. So I think it's a pick 'em. So flip the coin up. I'm going Packers. Not confident either one. Not confident in my decision, but I'm gonna go with the Packers.
Literally, that's a great way to say that.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Packers as well. I just think Chicago may slip up here, and I think the Packers will take care of business.
Can I add? I think Matt LaFleur gets fired after this game.
Even after he wins?
No.
Oh, you picked them to lose.
If they lose, Matt LaFleur is going to get let go, which is another head coach, experienced offensive coordinator option in the market. So I'm just putting it out there. Just saying.
Didn't he come from the McVay tree too? Or?
Yeah.
Was that okay?
I would say he would be a great boost as an advisor, but that's way down the road. Yeah. Go ahead. Jordan Love should be back, right?
He's a turnover machine. I don't trust Jordan Love. He's a turnover machine.
I mean, because he's supposed to be the next biggest thing for 3-4 seasons now, and he had time where he developed under Aaron Rodgers. Not like say Aaron Rodgers really taught him anything, but he taught enough to bridge him. Then he had a couple seasons where he's good. He got the big contract. He got secured. He still hasn't proved to me to be a accountable, sustainable offensive threat that everybody trying to build him to be. He's Justin Herbert for Green Bay.
I'll put it to you like this: if the 2024 Texans should have beat you, I don't trust you that much. Sorry, we should have beat them last year. That's the bar. If you can't beat the Texans, I'm sorry, I'm not. Sorry.
Look, we'll see, man. Y'all, the next game, man. I'm gonna flip these games on Sunday. Let's start with the NFC, and then we'll go to the two NFC games because they're more important. Philadelphia, San Francisco. Who y'all got?
Go ahead, blast off.
I'm going Philly, man. I think that
wow, this is a
yeah,
legacy
I
pick, right?
gotta go Philly. I think that they're gonna do them similar to how we did them. I don't know that I seen, matter of fact, I just seen what happened with what's his name, Brock Purdy, and they didn't look too good in last game. So I think that Philly is still on that trajectory, man, to where they can be the scared one of the I mean, they're not the best team in the NFC at this point. I think that's, to be honest, I think that's Seattle. But I think as far as 49ers, I think that they can get them. They've had much tougher tests and Patrick Mahomes style tests. And I think that they can go ahead and take care of the 49ers. That's why I'm at this. What
you got, Clay?
Yeah, I got Philly. I was gonna go Niners, but the Niners, man, their defense is suspect. Without Warner, without Bosa, I think it catches up to them. The Eagles, they know how to win ugly. They've done it all year. And I got Saquon, but cranking out a couple of long runs and just playing really keep away, really. Not really a blowout, because I think they're kind of the same team. But I think the Eagles will just know how to close it out and make things hard on Brock Purdy with, Jordan Davis and, that defense back there. So, yeah, I got Eagles, probably by a field goal, but I got the Eagles.
So is Jordan Davis and the other guys they playing, the D tackles?
You talking about Jalen Carter?
Yeah.
They should be. Haven't heard anything different.
Okay. So I'm going to go with the Eagles just because I think they can limit CMC with that up front pressure. It's going to be a tight fought game. I think, I'm agree with you saying that Barkley will have a monster game this game. I just think that Philly just too much, and I think the injury bug about the 49ers on their defense side, it's going to be hard to overcome. So I'm going to go with Philly.
Yeah, I'm going to go Philly as well. I think they go ahead and knock off San Francisco. Next game, I'm going to go New England and the Chargers. This will determine if the Texans have a home. One of these next two games will determine if the Texans have a home playoff game in the divisional round.
This is hard because, AD, I've been using the F word a lot this year. And that was fraud, right? The Patriots have the 32nd ranked strength of schedule in all of football. For those who want to get super technical, they got the 32nd ranked strength of victory schedule in all of football. Regardless of how you slice it, they got a weak schedule. Man, I got the Chargers simply because if Herbert doesn't do it now, when does he do it?
Yeah.
At some point, if Herbert doesn't do it, when does he do it? You got a 27-point blown lead on your ledger. You got blown about 20, and you have the number 1 overall scoring defense. And now you got a New England Patriots team that's unproven, weak schedule, right? Drake May's first time. When are you going to do it, Justin Herbert? So I got the Chargers.
I'm about to piggyback on you. We seen what Josh Allen did to the Patriots when it was the game was online and they came back and beat them. I think Justin Herbert is just as talented as Josh Allen. I think he can throw the ball a little better, a better quarterback than Josh Allen. I've always been high on Justin Herbert. I think, as you said, this is the year that he has to prove that he is that dude and be that man. And think this is a perfect setup for a young team who's overachieved in a weaker AFC East division, and they really ain't really played big boy ball all year because the teams they face are not been third or fourth place teams, and they've gone against the worst schedule all time. So I think this is, and it's Jim Harbaugh. I mean, he's one of the greatest coaches of all time. He knows how to coach up guys. He knows how to coach in the playoffs. He knows how to coach in championship games. He's proven. And Mike Drobel, the coach for the Titans, the old coach of the Titans, he kind of loses big games because when he was out in Titans, 15-1, 14-2, all them times he would have the great teams in Tennessee. He seemed to lose his games in playoffs. I don't think they had a makeup just yet. They're up and coming, so I want to go with the Chargers. I know I say a lot, but that's how I got to the point I'm picking.
I think that would be it'll be an upset if the Patriots win. To me, if you ask me, because I like you go. You go. Well, I'm saying this because
Flip that.
Yeah, I think it'll be an upset in the fact that, like he say, if Herbert doesn't do it now, when does he do it? You got a 32nd ranked schedule, and you face the Texans, and you have these guys that, even though they're at home, and Herbert is like, I think he's voted number one. He's the QB1 on the Pro Bowl, whatever. I think that they just schedule was just a fool's goal. I think May. I think that was fool goal. May's number one on the depth chart on the Pro Bowl. I think that it was fool's goal, man. That their schedule will, let them. I mean, I think the defense averaged 18 points a game giving up. But I mean, again, they had the easiest schedule in the league, so it's just fool's gold. I mean, we know, all respect to Mike Vrabel, and we know that how he had Tennessee rolling for the first couple of years. I think he won the division once or twice as a coach of the Titans too. But I think it's just, I think the Pats gonna win it, man. I think that I'm going. That's why I say it's gonna be an upset. I think that's why I would call it upset, but. I think the Pats gonna win it, man. I think that Vrabel gonna have these guys prepared. Drake May, I think he got 28 touchdowns and over 3,300 yards on the season. I just think I see these guys going into Gillette. Herbert, them, this is gonna be the narrative is gonna continue, and I think he's gonna be under tremendous scrutiny if you can't beat these guys. With the easiest schedule after the schedule you faced and had of some of these teams you faced. So that's what I think. I think I'm going with the Chargers. I mean,
I got you. The Chargers you going with the Chargers?
I'm going with the Patriots. The Patriots.
Oh, okay.
So,
hey, they gave Justin Herbert a week off.
I'm going to say this. Where does the conversation? We can talk about this another time, but there's going to be a conversation about Justin Herbert. Going forward, because he's always put in that top echelon of quarterbacks, but has never done anything to be put there other than, oh, he's talented, oh, he has the build, oh, he has the regular season stats, he looks the part, he has the blonde hair, the blue eyes, the 6'6" frame, and can run, and all of these things.
Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah. What school did he come
from? Oregon. Yeah, Oregon.
I mean, what is Oregon doing right now?
Getting blown out by the next national champion.
Wasn't that his head coach, Dan Lanning? Wasn't Dan Lanning his head coach?
No, it wasn't Dan Lanning, was it?
Was it Dan Lanning? I don't know, but
it was who? It wasn't Chip.
No, was it Chip? It may have been Chip.
Mariota.
No.
That was Mariota.
Yeah. But again, I digress, man. Again, I just wanted to take a little shot at Oregon. Because they getting the doors beaten off them right now. It is 35-7 at halftime.
But before you make a pick, I see where you're going with the Justin Herbert situation.
Yeah.
But we seen Justin Herbert up close about 3 weeks ago.
We saw him 2 years in a row.
Still in my thumb. You
right.
Let him
but we ain't talking about going against us, because any quarterback against us, they look worse.
He almost wheeled himself. He almost wheeled that team to a victory, though. Justin really impressed me against the Texans. So
the referees almost wheeled him to a victory. But continue.
Before you pick, before you say Justin Herbert, we seen him close. We see how he looks. We see how determined he is. So you still think that you still gonna go put the Patriots, AD?
Who, me? Yeah, I'm still gonna go with the Patriots winning this game at home. As much as I would love the Chargers to win this game, I think the Patriots right now are on a little heater. Even though they played the lack of competition, they did play well against Buffalo both times that they played Buffalo. In Buffalo, and they won in Buffalo, and they played a really good game, and they kind of, pooped the bed. Yeah, they pooped the bed against Buffalo in New England. But I think that New England wants to make a statement, and then again, New England runs the ball very, very well. So
Oh yeah,
you know,
Anderson is nasty.
Henderson is a fool. So I just think that they're gonna kind of they're not that great defensively, but the Chargers again aren't that explosive offensively.
They
So
can be. They
Well,
can
hold
be.
on. The
It
Patriots,
doesn't matter.
they can
I
be,
think they're like the top 7 defense.
but
Yeah,
they
and
haven't been.
and Tardy Mack still can play pretty well. We see my boys up close. I don't
Yeah,
think the
I don't
Patriots.
know.
And this is not trying to take your thunder. This is conversation wise. I don't think the Patriots O line can hold up against that D line.
That D line, I mean, it's okay, but it ain't nothing to go crazy about. I mean, I would say the Patriots O line is closer to our O line than I would say the opposite. Because then I would
That D
say
line is like on the same place our D line. No
who?
way. You said the Patriots on the same D line as our D line?
I thought you said the Patriots offensive line.
Yeah.
We're going to
It's not that.
struggle against the Chargers defensive line, and
Yeah.
I'm thinking the Patriots offensive line is they're not terrible.
Okay.
They're not terrible, and the Chargers offensive line. The Chargers defensive line. Let's be honest, as good as they are, they didn't do that much. They didn't harass CJ like that. And our offensive line ain't spectacular. Yeah, they're good. They're better than expected, but they middle of the pack offensive line.
Okay, we can move on.
Yeah, we can discuss that.
But I got the Patriots winning that game.
Yeah,
I just don't see it. But that's just me.
Yeah, we can talk.
There's no proof for me to see it.
Yeah, we talking about it. I mean, we're gonna find out, on Sunday. So again, the next game, because we need to get to these Texans. The next game, you got Buffalo and Jacksonville. Y'all know where we going, don't we?
Listen. What we said about Herbert, multiply that times about 5, and that's
Yes.
Josh Allen.
Yes.
Josh Allen. Listen, if you don't do it now, when are you gonna do it?
Yeah.
No Joe, no Lamar, no Patrick, none of that. You got Trevor Lawrence and credit. They've been playing overall probably the best ball in the AFC to close the season. But you the Buffalo Bills, and nobody circles the wagons like the Buffalo Bills. That's what I've been told. If you don't do it now, Josh, when are you gonna do it? I still got Jacksonville, but I'm just asking, Josh, when are you gonna do it? But I got Jacksonville. I'm so sorry. Jacksonville gonna do it. I think this is gonna be one of those like nail in the coffin kind of games. I think there's gonna be some real questions about Buffalo after this. Same thing I said about Matt LaFleur. I think if the Bills get done dirty enough, I think McDermott might be out of there, which brings the head coaching openings to about 17 last time I checked. So,
Clay, you keep adding them, buddy. Y'all keep adding coaches.
Hey, I'm not doing it. The smoke is there. Like, it's already been happening. So, listen, I got Jacksonville. Not going to be a complete hater, okay? I think they're going to go ahead and knock the Bills out, probably by, a touchdown. I'll say a touchdown. I don't think it's going to come down to a field goal. I think the Bills are going to get beat soundly because they can't stop the run. And the Jacksonville Jaguars can run both with Trevor and with their run game. And I just think, Jacksonville's playing overall better on ball. So, yeah.
Jules, who you got?
I'll be quick, and I think somebody said it earlier. If Josh Allen doesn't do it this season and this game going forward, like he said, with the guys being out, what's the worst part is you about to give these young cats, the CJ, the Justin Herberts, the Drake Mays, confidence because they won when you didn't win, and the rest of the top quarterbacks in NFC are out. You about to give these guys confidence.
There's a changing of the guard.
Right. So now you about to give one of these young quarterbacks the opportunity to get the confidence in themselves and will their teams above what you couldn't do in a year that you still could be easy in the conversation of being MVP back-to-back years. So I personally still want the Bills to win no matter what because that throws off everything in standing wise, and we can be looking at some home games.
Yeah.
So
definitely.
I'm going with all the underdogs. So I'm going for the Bills.
Well, I'm gonna go. First, I'm gonna say when the Bills came out here, they were kind of short-handed. Ed Oliver wasn't on that defense.
He still ain't on them.
And so he's not back. So well then
I think he's done for the year. Ain't he?
Milano.
For the year.
Okay, so I missed that. Milano. Matt Milano.
He's there. Yeah, he's there.
Okay, so I think that with James Cook and Josh Allen, like you say, if he doesn't do it now, he's going to be one of those other ones like Justin Herbert. I think that the Jaguars, man, kudos to Liam Cohen for what he was able to do in his first year and whatever. But if the Bills are for real, like as everybody want to say, they want to put them in that hierarchy, in that top tier, even though year after year after year they get excuses when the ball is dropped in the biggest games. I think that the Jags, man, they ran out. I think they're gonna run out of gas. I think that the Bills are gonna go in there, man, because I think that Josh Allen has more on the line than Trevor Lawrence. And I mean, nobody's giving the Jags the credit that there are people that's gonna say they're gonna do it because they're at home, because they definitely wouldn't get the benefit of the doubt if they were on the road. But I think that the Bills know what's at stake, man, and Von Miller and them guys, man, they all know what's at stake. I got to go with the Bills. I think that we'll get a home game. And we face the Bills if they win, right? We face the Bills will come here.
That's if the Chargers win too. If the Chargers win too, then yeah.
Win. Okay. So yeah, that's where I'm at with that.
Yeah,
I think the Bills are going to pull it off. I think Joe Brady gonna have to do what he gonna have to do, and I don't know, man. It's basically just gonna be. It's going to be a close one, but I think that Josh Allen and James Cook and them are going to be able to have breakout games on the ground and whatever. But we'll see. I'm choosing I'm going with the Bills on this one.
The Jaguars are going to win this game, man. Jaguars are going to win this game, and it's going to set up for the Texans to play the Jaguars. I'm sorry, the Texans to play the Broncos, and I want the smoke with the Broncos. But all in all, yeah, I got the Jaguars. Look, man. Let's go to this Texans score prediction, and I'll start with Blastoff, man. What's your score?
All right, real quick.
Go ahead, Clayton.
Oh no, I was gonna say, Blastoff, with respect to you, can we please start real quick? We got Mama Marks. She gave us her score prediction.
Oh, shout out.
Shout out, Mrs.
Shout out, Mama Marks. Shout out. Shout out, Mama
Fan
Marks.
of yours, so if you're watching or somebody knows her, share it so she can see it. She said, and I quote, I think the final score is going to be 28-17 Texans, so an 80 special. It's called a blowout.
Yeah. Absolutely. Go ahead, Blastoff. Shout out Mama Marks.
Yeah.
Friend of the pod.
You know what? I think that the Texans, man, are, like I say, this ain't their end. This is not they did too much. The story is just too beautiful, and this ain't the end road. These boys are heads on fire. Will Anderson called it when after we were 3-5, he said, hey, we don't have to lose another game. And they did not lose another game. So I just think that, man, these boys are gonna run through. I think they're gonna run through them. I believe they're gonna hold the Steelers under 17 points, or 17 points, under 17 points, and I think that they're going to be able to do it just like they've been doing, 24-17. That's where I'm going with it, man. 24-17 Texas. I mean, because it's going to be a dogfight with Aaron Rodgers on his last hurrah. I believe this is going to be it for him. We're going to beat him down. I think they're going to put the punishment on him, and I think that Mike Tomlin has his back against the wall as far as his coaching career. Hall of Fame coach he may be, I think his back is still against the wall. Aaron Rodgers on his last leg. These boys are going to play hard. They know what's at stake. 24-17 Texas.
Clay?
I got 28-16 Texans. I just think similar to the Seahawks, what they did, the Bills, what they did, Chargers, what they did, it might be a little murky early on, but I just have the Texans pulling away. I think, by that 8 points, I think we just go ahead and lock it down with a classic Woody Marks, run up the middle for 3 yards and a first down to end the game. I think CJ is it's kind of hard because he's had 2 hallmark games against the Browns and the Chargers, but I think we're going to see one of CJ's most mature games of the year. I got him for no turnovers I got us converting at least 2 red zone trips. And I got us with about 5 sacks. So 28-16 Texans.
Yeah, Jules, what you got?
All right, so I'm gonna say this, and it's not because his mom's on the line or I can hear this podcast. I have the Texans 24-6, and I think Woody Marcus has combined yards of 200 yards.
Ooh.
He gonna close it out for sure. That's
Right.
the
So
close.
I'm
He gonna
honestly
close it
combined
out
yards
for sure.
between pass and rushing. I can see Woody Marcus getting 150 yards.
You said 2 bills?
Nah, 150. I'm gonna be real, child.
I said, bro, 2 bills?
150.
Come on, man, you buttering up Mama Marks.
What?
He can do it. He gonna do it. He gonna definitely close that bad boy out, man. I love his closing game. I love his finishing, his toughness.
Yeah, I think they can do screen plays after the D line and get open spaces, and I think he can run it out towards the end. So I got to combine yards 150 for the Marks, and he's gonna be the key to the victory.
75-75. I got, and I've said it before. I got the Texans winning this game, 27-10. I don't see them getting 2 touchdowns and those people that with the 19 and 13 and all, like, they're not getting more than 10 points. 10 points is the ultimate max. Honestly, it could be 27-9. So if we want to be real, because let's be honest,
you don't think DK count for some extra points?
That's the points I've given him just because DK on the team. Because if you go to last play against Cleveland, when Aaron Rodgers was trying to make MBS the man, and he kept dropping passes and he wasn't real reliable. Without DK Metcalf, that offense doesn't threaten it at all. So I think we bend don't break, and I think our pass rush gets to him too often when he's throwing the ball too quickly. And once again, I'm eating crow. If you throw the ball within 10 to 15 yards and Jalen Petrie there, he gonna knock your head off. So if you throwing quick passes because you scared the rush, you have Jalen Petrie around there. You have Bullock there. You have Wallace there. You have Lasser can attack you easily. So I don't, like, once again, and I said again, I'm not gonna shy with it. This team does not scare me one bit. And if we don't take care of business, if we get our own way, that's the only way this game is struggle.
And I think the Texans have trouble with bigger receivers. I think that, like, think about Trey McBride. That dude.
That's tight end.
And he's a tight. I mean, I'm just saying, he still received the ball. I think they have problems with bigger dudes, tight end receivers. Tyler Warren. It doesn't matter. I think they because our safeties are not big guys. They're not thick guys.
But so, that's the point when you have your third safety, your third linebacker is actually a safety.
There you go, big frame guy.
I try not to go there.
I mean, hey, you got your vice versa. You got your safety playing linebacker. And Jalen Petrie. So
CGS is in the Bears right now. Another defensive guy that could help with some.
Man, that dude up there getting cooked, Jules. That dude is getting fried
because he's the only talent up.
He getting roasted.
He's the only one there with talent.
That boy up there looking like a marshmallow on s'mores, man.
He does not.
That boy is getting out of cooked and
he is not getting cooked. He's making plays.
What plays?
He's making plays.
Jules, okay. Go ahead with all that.
Go ahead, make your. I just said what I said.
I already picked the Texans. I already said 27.
What you arguing for?
Because you up here making a case for goddamn CJ Gardner-Johnson, who got passed around by 3 teams this year.
Hey, there's a lot of hoes that got passed around still making money.
Hey, that don't mean they good.
Hey, they're good at something.
Hey,
wouldn't it plays, that's all it is.
Wouldn't it be poetic if Jaden Higgins caught like a 55-yard touchdown on CJ DJ?
No, they ain't. See, you expecting too much of the Bears. They ain't making it that far. Let's be real. Caleb gonna cost them the game.
Ain't Super Bowl. That mean they in the bowl.
Yeah, no, they ain't now. But again, man, look, I'm hyped. Y'all hype, man.
We hype.
Y'all know what
JJ Watt set the tone this morning.
Y'all know what the call is. we said it again at the beginning with the Texans and the Swarm City. If you ever been to a game, you've been in a stadium, the call is when they say Texans, you say Swarm. So y'all didn't do that at the beginning. Y'all was acting like y'all ain't hear me. I'm gonna say it one more time. Texans!
Swarm!
Hey,
Did we say it loud enough, brother?
Y'all fine. Y'all.
Hey, before we sign off, me and Clay gonna be at the watch party.
Mm-hmm.
If y'all want to come by, hang out with us, take a picture with us, or just talk ball during halftime like that, just drop by. We'll see y'all.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll make sure y'all check out Clayton.
Which one is that? There's a bunch of watch parties. I've seen like
Texans.
at the stadium.
Official.
Yeah,
the NRG one. Okay, yeah.
You gonna be there? Or you going to another?
I'm gonna pull up. I'm gonna be there, but I'm gonna stop by. It's another one out there in off of Washington. I'm gonna stop out there, man. I got invited to one over there, so I'm gonna pull up there first. I'm gonna be there because I'm a family going. We all going together to the one at NRG.
Yeah, Washington too scary for me, man. It be popping too much for Washington, me, man. I'm too old for Washington.
Hey, let me tell you.
Woodhouse Media, they got one in New about an hour out. Of course, I ain't going to that one, but just shout out them. They got one going on too. Ruben, Harley.
Ruben going to the one on Washington.
Yeah, Ruben has one with Platypus.
Platypus.
Platypus Brewery. And then Harley and Woodhouse Media has one, and Figgy Fig over there at Jesse's Burgers in New Caney. So y'all make sure that y'all check all of them out. And then of course the main one in NRG with the Texans. Jules, bring you some popcorn and some food because they ain't gonna feed y'all.
Have y'all ever been to one at the stadium? I'm just sorry, I didn't mean to cut y'all. I ain't never been to one at the stadium.
No, but if it's anything like the preseason thing that the what they call it, the State of the Union and all that, I'm gonna make sure we all go to that next year.
No, it's more like the draft parties.
Okay, well, still, man.
Yeah, the State of the Union was something they tribute to y'all precious season ticket holders. They try to cater y'all, but the draft parties and everything is like that. You still gotta buy your own food, and food gonna be available, all that like that.
Yeah, make sure y'all get a Trill Burger, man. But yeah, shout out Texan Fan and Rehab. Appreciate you, brother. Again, shout out everybody in the chat. Grafi, Big BQ. You got Black Lion, Texan Fan and Rehab. You got Bab. You got Larry and Stafford.
Big Larry.
Yes, you got K1 Stella. You got Brandon. Harlem. Y'all know Brandon. We got Freeman, my boy Freeman Brown. You got my boy Alfredo as well. Houston sports fan. Shout out him. And you got Frank Z as well. And come on, y'all. You got Sherrod, you got Daniel Berry Sport. Have they ever? Yeah, they had a watch party. Well, they had I think they had one last year against the Chiefs, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, I think they have one. It's not as been. We've never had one that's promoted like it is because there's a chance Texas may not play a game at home this year. There's a chance.
That's probably
that's and that's the reason why
it's on Monday night.
And it's on Monday night too. So that part as well. But shout out to my boy Blast Off, man. I'm gonna put this banner up here. Y'all make sure y'all go ahead and follow him and subscribe to his YouTube page, his TikTok, his Twitter page, all of the things the boy be putting out. Crazy good content, man, all the time. Y'all make sure y'all go ahead and follow Blast Off, man.
And I got some interviews still to drop, man. Debbie the Texan, man. Y'all know Debbie and I'll be at the stadium, and trying to get some vibes what's going on at the watch party. So y'all stay tapped in, man. Appreciate you, man.
Absolutely, man. We appreciate you for hopping on with us. Yeah, for real. Texas fan, hey, Blast Off is legit, bro.
Appreciate you, fam.
Rafa Ryan say you're a rising star.
Appreciate you.
And he's Texas Fan Rehab said he got 2 extra tickets. Y'all reach out to him. Look, I ain't gonna hold you. I can't do a watch party in NRG. I just
I did actually. You say you're gonna be at the highs, huh?
I'm be at the high.
Yeah.
I got a whole theater.
Yeah, already.
I got a whole
take
theater.
Advantage of that.
That's why I watch my Super Bowls.
Yeah.
That's why all that. Y'all, I'm good for a watch party, but playoffs a different story. I ain't about to play around.
So we know Super Bowl party at 80 highs, man.
Oh, of course, yeah.
So, now you know what? I ain't gonna lie. If they go to Super Bowl, I'm in Cali, baby. I'm in Cali. I ain't gonna. I'm gonna go to Cali. If they go, you got to go. You got to go. You got to go.
Exactly.
I ain't gonna be probably at the bowl. I ain't got $10,000, but I'll be somewhere in the mix.
Somewhere watching the game somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But again, man, we appreciate y'all all. Y'all make sure y'all tune in on Monday night. And y'all make sure y'all rep the Texans and we pull out this victory in Pittsburgh. Y'all go ahead and y'all swarm. Y'all swarm. We swarm city this playoff. Swarm City gonna bring a Super Bowl to the city. You know, and we're gonna be Swarm City during the playoffs, and we're gonna be Super Bowl City after the playoffs. So y'all make sure y'all catch the vibes and be sure to tune into the H-Town Rundown next week when we break down the good old playoff victory against the Steelers, and then we go ahead and we prepare ourselves for the divisional round for another victory. So y'all make sure y'all tune in, follow, like, share, and subscribe on all the platforms, and we will see y'all on Victory Tuesday.
All right, brother.
Peace.